Good day. Did they sneak another Monday in on us? I think they did. Because it seems to be like Groundhog's Day, a repeat of yesterday. A repeat of all this yes to all the women, no to all the men. Can you believe it? Talk about overreaching, going too far, and not even understanding a situation. A guy named this guy named Elliot is was his name Elliot? Let's make sure we get this right. Roger. Elliot Roger goes off and does some stuff and doesn't like women. Well, he doesn't like men too, but feminists they have an agenda. They have an agenda, and their agenda isn't being met. In fact, their numbers are dropping like flies, and it's because in a world where we are all finally realizing equality is a human right. It's not a female right. It's not a gay right. It's not a black, yellow, orange, green right. It's a human right. Equal access, rights, freedoms, our charters, our constitutions, whatever we want to call these papers, and I don't believe we need papers. I don't believe in governments, but that's a whole nother vlog. But we don't need groups that concentrate on one right over another. That's why I do keep saying that men's rights organizations need to stop calling ourselves men's rights organizations and call ourselves rights organizations that are just trying to improve things for the male population, because at this current time, that's who's being shut out because of a louder majority of women who hail to you. I believe you need to protect your rights out there. Everywhere. Everywhere. Never, though, at the failing of someone else's right. And that is where your movement died. And so now, and yes, died. I can say a movement has died when it will take a tragedy like Elliot Rogers, crazy boy who goes out and kills people, and try to piggyback on it and create yes to all women, no to all men. And now, today, a petition to the government of the United States, a petition, yes, you can find it in my stream, to classify the men's rights groups as terrorists, as terrorist groups. And I read, because they have committed atrocities and mass murders. Mark Lepine killed 17 women in Montreal. Then the only other one to say they committed mass murders is Elliot Rogers. And they quote by saying he shot and killed at least 7 young women and injured many other people at random. So, let's take this petition as proof of the death of feminism. If they're going to put a petition towards the government and then lie like that, first of all, it's sad that the tragedy such as that would be piggybacked on by a group. I think you've lost any credibility when you use a tragedy to behest your group, to build up your group. But then when you use lies, killed 7 young women, he killed 4 men, 2 women, and himself. He didn't belong to a men's rights group. In fact, he hated men. In his manifesto, he very specifically said he wanted to kill all men. And in a different one, he said he wanted to kill all women. In one, he said he wanted to keep all women. By killing all men, then he could have all women. Then they couldn't turn him down. So you see, they know all this. They have to know all this because we all listen to the same things. But to take tiny pieces out of context that you bloody well know everybody else is going to see and get, and still use it for your benefit. Still use it for your benefit, to build your group, to hurt others, because you're hurting others when you lie to others. Lies hurt, period. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Then, to me, your group has died. When you need to ask the government to get those people that are telling the truth about your group to shut them up as and to call them terrorists, then nay. I think you be the terrorist. You are trying to shut down the rights of men and women, because from what I've seen, about 40% of the men's rights activists are women. Men and women, shut us down because we're standing up for rights. But power to the feminists, because you stand up only for the rights of the woman. Period. Let's get that. Let's get that over with. Let's stop discussing that. Let's stop discussing that because it's so much bullshit. And I'm just really had enough time with it, you know? But let's get this one last piece out there. Michelle Obama has now come out urging high schoolers to monitor their families' politically incorrect thoughts. Now, I don't care how you read this, Dean Reimer. I don't care how anybody else reads this. Read between the lines. She came out 4 weeks ago and said, parents, turn in your kids if they have incorrect political thoughts. And now she's saying, kids, monitor your parents' politically incorrect thoughts. I don't care how you read this. That's Nazism. Turn in anybody who thinks differently from you. Tell on them. Rat them out. I don't care how you put it. In my own family, I have 4 kids. I have one young child who doesn't have any political thoughts. But I have 3 other children who are grown adults who have very wide-ranging political thoughts. One who thinks like me, one who thinks the opposite of me, and one who I don't even know what she thinks. I don't care. You know what? I don't care. It's their thoughts. We should all have the right to think however we care to think, and to write whatever we care to write, as long as we don't hurt other people. And Michelle Obama, you're a wife of a president. You're a spouse of a president. This is not a gender statement. Because if you were the husband of a female president, I'd say the same thing. Nobody voted for you. Shut up. Nobody voted for you to have a political opinion about anything. Shut up. Go and just volunteer somewhere and shut up. Thank you, everybody. I love you. Yeah, you can tell it's a tough day. Most of you know I'm fighting some really difficult financial stuff, and I'm not going to talk about it here, so peace.